much for joining us this morning or this early afternoon in the East Coast. I really do appreciate your time today. Our webinar is on kickstarting online reviews for real estate. Just a few little items before we get started. The webinar itself will be for 45 minutes in length, followed by a Q&A at the end. If you have to leave at any time, please feel free to, and we are recording the webinar, so we will send you the recording after it has been completed today. So yeah, we can understand that if there's an appointment you need to get to. And yeah, feel free to use our chat box to ask us any questions. We will address them at the end, but if anything does come up, definitely feel free to use that chat box. Our social media handles are at RankMyAgent, or you can just hashtag RankMyAgent. Okay, so to kick things off, my name is Riti, and we founded RankMyAgent in late 2014, early 2015, with a mission to raise the bar in the real estate industry. I come from a technical background, having worked in emerging technologies at the University of Toronto and OCAD University for about 15 years. And you know, during that time, I did also become licensed as an agent. So having been licensed as an agent, I really did understand the challenges that agents faced in the marketplace. As an agent, I could really say that, you know, when you look at the listings and so on, it's really hard to convert if the transaction actually means that the whole customer experience was amazing. Like, how do those listing signs match up with the actual customer experience? And how can there be more transparency for the consumer? We found that there was also a lot of slander online. So many times, agents unfortunately were getting into a lot of trouble with public just kind of posting random reviews of you know, agents doing something when they did not even know the client that had written that review. They never worked with the client. So there was a lot of slander. There was a lot of competitors that were also just kind of slandering other agents. So, you know, we really wanted to build something that would help raise the bar in the industry and connect the very best agents to the public. There was nothing out there when we, you know, launched this product. There was nothing out there that was verifiable and trusted. And so that has been the mission here. And I started the product in Ontario, in Toronto, and about 3 years ago, we decided to open up the Western offices, and I moved down to Calgary. So I'm based out of Calgary right now. Okay, so our topics today are why online reviews are important, the benefits of collecting online reviews, your online review strategy. Then I'm going to give you a demo of RMA. I do call RankMyAgent RMA, so yeah, if you see me interchanging those names. So within this demo, I will show you how to set up your profile, how you can optimize your profile to help you with SEO. I'll show you some examples around that. How you can send and track review requests. How to set up your Twitter syndication and share those reviews. How you can add widgets to your own website so that all the reviews from RMA can seamlessly go onto your website and you don't have to maintain a testimonials area. How you can share the ratings and reviews on REALTOR.ca. How you can integrate previous reviews onto RankMyAgent, and then how you can respond to and optimize these reviews, including adding photographs. We will get into RMA for individuals and for teams and offices. And then I'm going to want to leave you with some real life examples of review strategies that you can implement into your business. Just going to actually check in to see, yes, and we will be getting a copy of the presentation, so that will be sent to you later this week. So just to get things started with why are online reviews so important today? I mean, any decision that we are making today is based on online reviews, be it from choosing the best flights to take, the best timings to go, looking at hotels, looking at restaurants, you know, from planning trips to choosing doctors that you want to help you with your health needs, to teachers. We all rely on reviews, and you can see that that has moved on towards the real estate industry as well. And, you know, I really feel that there's a great benefit of, you know, taking all of this word of mouth online. I really feel that as agents, you can really leverage that and really take that positive word of mouth and help build that business. But certainly it is very mainstream. Now, looking at the Google Zero Moment of Truth, 9 out of 10 people will research you, and they will research you before they want to pick up that phone and talk to you. So what does that really mean? It means going on to Google, typing in your first and last name, or sometimes typing in first name, last name, and reviews. You can try that and see what happens on your end. And what should happen ideally is that a review site, you know, such as RMA, should come up in the page 1 in the top few options there. And you really want that to happen, because this is how a potential client will be building trust with you. Now, looking at some stats here, 97% of consumers look for online reviews. So that just basically tells you that if you don't have any online reviews in this day and age, people are looking for this, and it's so important for you to just be out there and have that. As you probably know, these RMA ratings and reviews are on REALTOR.ca. So I wanted to show you how this looks like. This is a profile of Ben based out of Calgary, and you can see that within the profile, the review from RMA is showing. By the way, I want to mention that REALTOR.ca profiles reviewed 6.1 million times last year. And so there are a lot of people that are looking at these profiles, and I really feel that you should integrate you know, those reviews onto the profile. A recent update that REALTOR.ca had in the fall was to add reviews data into active listings. So, you know, that's very important, as well as people are searching for homes, and, you know, your listing has what your rating is. Here's Christine's example with the RMA rating and the 43 reviews that she's compiled. It's also really handy, as, you know, you print out these listings and you go for appointments, and right there, you know, if you have some listings and so on, it's nice to showcase those reviews. And yeah, and the other little stat with REALTOR.ca is that there were 1.5 million searches for realtors in the last year for, you know, basic searches that took place. So yeah, that's another reason why, you know, definitely you need to do that. So how do you go about getting business from reviews? Reviews, you know, certainly do connect that online and offline information together very nicely. The Google Zero Moment of Truth that we just touched base about is something that really speaks to this. So, you know, for example, say if I am new to an area, I'm looking at an investment property out in Canmore, I do see a lot of listings of a certain agent, and, you know, I would be curious how they are. I would go online. So basically, I want to see, does that story about that person that I see in the offline real world, does it connect with the online? And it really is a puzzle. So you can see how it can help you build trust. Reviews also help you highlight your brand stories, and they really do give clients an organic feel of how it was to work with you. You know, I really feel that this is the best dollars that you can spend in terms of time investment, in terms of collecting these reviews, because you know, who else would be the best person to tell another person about how that experience was, other than the person who's been through the full sales cycle with you? So definitely gives that organic feel. Those stories are so rich. I mean, when I read the stories on RMA, like, I get very convinced with who I would like to work with if I'm looking for a property in a certain area, just based on, you know, what the other clients are writing. Reviews are optimized for SEO and geofarming. I will get more into that. So what I mean by this is that within RMA, you can select up to 10 neighborhoods or areas that you focus on. And so that basically opens up the search capabilities on the search to find you in those neighborhoods. So that's the geo-farming bit. Now what happens with SEO is that every single neighborhood area that you add, we go in and we SEO optimize for you. So if we do a simple search for a certain area and we type in like best realtors in a certain area, I'll show you this actually in a bit. And what you'll see is the RMA will come up because of that. Now reviews also help you amplify your reach using integrations. With that, I mean integrations with websites, with social media, with REALTOR.ca. We'll definitely demo that in a bit. Reviews help you share team success, be it on the office level, be it on the team level, using the widgets, using profile pages. It helps you celebrate the success of the whole team together. And, you know, I want to say that people talk a lot about lead generation, but the reviews that really do come in are more of a client generation source. What I find is that by the time a prospective client is reading your reviews, they are already convinced that they want to work with you. So the conversion rate is quite high with that. You know, we've been also running some surveys with clients to see, you know, what type of conversion they're getting, and it's pretty amazing what's happening, because of course when these authentic reviews are written, people, you know, do want to work with you because they like what they see. Okay, so you know, let's talk about the SEO optimized that I had touched on. So here's my example of Edmonton. I did a quick search, best realtors in Edmonton, and you'll see that right after the map, RMA does come up there. So you know, every single neighborhood, every single city is optimized that way. If your city or neighborhood is not in our database, you can send us a note and we can add that in for you. Here's a neighborhood example. So this is Best Realtors in Aspen Woods, which is a neighborhood out in Calgary in the Southwest. And you can see how RMA is showing up here as well in these results. Okay, so, you know, let's move on now to what is your review strategy. Now, you know, I always like to start with taking a look at what is the best platform for your marketplace. So the best way to sort that out is really go on to Google and type in the industry, so real estate reviews, and do that for your particular areas and see what comes up. What you will see is that RMA will come up on those quite high. And so once you have narrowed down what are the key review sites that you want your presence to be, that's the first step. What you want to do now is collaborate with your team on a strategy. So of course that strategy is always going to be providing, you know, amazing service. I mean, that's the fundamental of being in business and getting good reviews. And the way that we suggest you do that is that once you get that listing, do your weekly check-ins, do a verbal survey with your clients. Is everything going as they expect? Could you be doing anything better to make this experience more memorable for them? What could you really be doing more? And also do let them know that you will be asking for that review at the firm of this transaction, as when everything is signed off, you would like to ask for that review. And when you are planting that seed about asking for that review, make sure, you know, any communication that you send out, you do send out, you know, you show them that these reviews are so important. The best way to do that is to include something in your email signatures. With the email, like, read my reviews on Rank My Agent or write a review for me. And what happens is that with every email and so on, it'll get reinforced that you really do take pride in what others are saying and how their feedback is really important for your business. So, you know, now you are at a critical point in the transaction. It's time to firm up that deal. You've done all the hard work and you've reached that major milestone. Everyone is excited. What you want to do is log on to a platform such as RMA, where you can send out branded review requests. You can do that within our platform, and then what you do is you send out this request. Ideally, you follow up with them within 48 hours with a text message saying, hey, Sally, did you get my review request? I really hope you can do this. It'll only take about 5 minutes of your time. So you would definitely want to, follow up with them and make sure that, you collect that review. And once you have that review, you want to respond back to the review, as other people are also kind of going to be looking at this to gauge what your feedback was, what you had to say. So always be professional. So, in a nutshell, this is the process, the review strategy, and this has to be done for every single transaction that you do. This is how, you will be able to collect many reviews over time and keep things current. So that's basically the setup here. And, we've seen agents be very successful using this process. I know at first it's just, a little bit tedious getting used to, but once you have all the different elements together, even in your listing presentations, you do showcase your RMA reviews and so on. Your clients will know that this is important for you, and yeah, they will write that review, because if you spend months and months helping them, or it's been a really strategic process, it's really they're happy, they will be taking that time. So just to give you an overview about RMA before getting into that demo. RMA is that Canadian leading online platform that connects real estate professionals such as yourself to the public. We do this using verifiable reviews, and we help you get recognized, generate new business, and help you with your online presence. All reviews, as I mentioned on RMA, are verifiable and based on firm closed transactions. So at this point, let's get into the demo of RMA. I'm going to minimize out of this deck here and just get a browser out. I guess one of the first things that I want to show you here is how to set up your profile. Okay, let me just log out for a second here. Just getting a few things set up before the webinar, and I think I forgot to log out. Okay, so if you are not familiar with RMAs, when you go to RMA, this is the consumer-facing side of RMA, where someone coming in can search for an agent based on city location, neighborhood, or agent name. So we also have some popular cities here. By the way, if you do want your city added here, send us a note and we can definitely do that. We have a blog as well, so we have some latest stories as well. Then we have some recent reviews. These are the recent reviews that have just come in, but generally people are searching for their chosen city. So, to get started on RMA, what you want to do is log in with your account. So I'm going to log in with my test account here, Sally Lee. If for some reason you do not have your password needed reset, just send us a note at support@rankmyagent.com. Now, all agents on RMA are verified prior to giving access. So if you have recently signed up and you're waiting, we're just going to be waiting for your accounts to be provisioned. And this is where you would go to. This is your dashboard. Now, Sally Lee for today is based out of Ottawa, and as you can see, here's the agent tracker showing the top agents based on these reviews in the Ottawa region. And one of the first things that you want to do is head over to My Account, head over to Edit Profile. Once you're in this area, you have a couple of options here to change your photograph to start off with. So to change that photograph, you can just X out of here, and then you can upload a new photograph. You have an option here to change your header color. The header color actually, let me just open up another tab to show you what Sally's profile looks like currently. This is that public facing profile. So we've chosen white here for now, and this is the header color white. You have a couple of options to choose from. I believe you have a red and a blue and a green. Actually, you have white, green, and red, sorry. So these are the header options you have. You have an option to set a featured review. So if you have any existing reviews already, you can choose which one you want featured. And that is the area here that shows that featured review. And you have an option here to add specialization. So these are any specializations that you really focus on. Say that you're more focused on townhomes or custom homes. So these are the specializations. You can also add special niches that you have. Say that you're more involved with fixer-uppers or seniors, and you can add those. To add new options, just click the Add button. To take anything out, just put X. Just do the X. And now this is the geo-farming bit. I highly encourage you to do this because, on a city perspective, you will be available, you will be shown. But if you drill down, there's a chance that people would find you in other neighborhoods, and it is SEO optimized, so it can really benefit you. So for example, I have here Alberta, but you know what, I should probably be in Ontario and choose Ottawa for Sally. So it's just a basic search. Ottawa currently has 43 communities that you can select from. And to do that, you would just basically type in, do a search for the name, and then just kind of add it in. So that's how you add neighborhoods into your profile. If your city or neighborhood is not added, just use this little link here and type it in, and we'll be notified. Now, on the right-hand side, just some basic information, your name. If you need to reset that password, this is where you can reset the password. If you don't need to reset the password, you should just leave this as it is. And your position, your bio, designations that you have, languages that you speak, your social media handles. You can even add videos to the profile. I think this is a sample, the test one, but I can show you someone else's profile later to show you how that looks like. All your brokerage information, and there's also a little area here to integrate your Twitter, integrate your reviews onto Twitter. So we'll get more into that in a bit. So this basically is how you update your profile. Make sure you hit the update profile button after you make these changes. Okay, so let's now move on to next steps. So that's how you build that profile. Let's talk about how you can send and track review requests. So this is quite straightforward. All you have to do is basically click this yellow button, request review. Type in the email address of the client that you just finished that deal with, that you just firmed up that deal, and click add. If you want to send the same email to a couple of different clients of yours at the same time, this is where you would do that. Now, if you want to add this email address for use next time, make sure you check mark this box, because you can add this email address into your My Contacts. Say if you have further deals or you need to follow up, this is how that would be stored for you. It's kind of a directory, and here's that template that's all ready for you. Now this template is the request review. This template can be further personalized to suit your needs. Just make sure that you keep these links untouched, as these are the links that we are tracking for you. And once you're ready to send off that review request, just click the send a copy of the email request to myself if you want to send yourself a copy. If you made any changes here, make sure that you save that template if you want to use it again, and just click send request. So what should happen is that you'll get a little green box like this, the green letters, your request has been sent, if it has been sent off successfully. And the way that you can track these now is if you head over to My Account, Review Stats, Now, this is where all the review requests that you've sent out are stored. And so this is the one that was recently sent today. And you can see that it has been delivered. You can see that I haven't viewed it yet, or I have not started that survey. So, you know, this is an important information as you want to gauge if that client actually has seen that survey or has started it, so you can plan your follow-ups. By the way, this is how that request looks like. It's branded with RMA, so it's coming from a third party, and then it has that email, and it has your signature and your details as well with your photograph. Okay, so let's now move on in this demo here. We've talked about those review requests, and once again, just head over to request review, the yellow button on the top right-hand corner, click add to add those email addresses, and then just, you know, you can check off the optional boxes and then send request if you like, yeah. Okay, so, you know, we had talked about Twitter. Now we do have an integration with Twitter that allows any reviews that are over 4+ to be shared on the Twitter social channel. And the way to do this is to head over to Edit Profile, scroll to the very bottom of that Edit Profile area under My Account, and you'll see a Connect button. And then within that connect button, you can just follow the steps, and that would allow you to, you know, do that integration. So let me just show you what the integration really is. So I'm just actually in the Rank My Agent Twitter page right now. And as I can see in my notifications, this is what it looks like. So Ian recently, you know, got a review, and it's hashtagged with Ottawa because Ian works there. And it kind of shows a few snippets of that review. The link actually will take you to the actual review. So that's the review. Let's just take a look at his profile as well while we're here. So Ian here has a team account. I can tell because we do have this link here to his team page. This is what his profile looks like. And to show you the team page, here's an example of the team page. So the team page basically takes in all the reviews from team members and it compiles them together. So he has a total of 12, 8 from Ian and 4 from Julia here. And then it has a little area. So yeah, that's the team page. Okay, so let's now get into widgets. Now, widgets basically allow you to seamlessly take all the data from RMA and get it onto your own website. So you don't have to maintain testimonial areas. And, you know, we find that the public does not really trust reviews that are just added by yourself. They do want them third party. So this widget is a great idea for you to just add those reviews. What you want to do is get into your dashboard, head over to widgets. And then you can select the widget that you would like to use. I'm actually just gonna get into the widgets area to show you what this looks like. So I'm still logged into Sally's account, and we have a couple of widget options. We have a narrow widget and we have a wide widget. Now, this website here is a great example of using the wide widget. So as you can see, it's quite wide, and actually the widget, maybe they've expanded it a bit more, but yeah, it is a wider version that fits more copy in. So here's an example of that wide widget. And you can choose the number of reviews you want in here. You can also choose how you want them ordered. This link will basically take them to that third party, to the Rank My Agent page, showing all the reviews that this team has in Kelowna. Okay, so I wanted to show you the various widgets. So that was the wide one. We do have circles and squares. Now these work really well on home pages. So you can see which one suits your style, but yeah, certainly all you have to do is copy the code here, send it to your web developer, or if you're HTML savvy, just copy and paste this into the source code area where you want it to display. We also do have buttons. These buttons can also be used on your email signatures. To do that, just kind of save the image and then take this link and then just copy this link and add a link into your email client. We do have some FAQs on this that we can send later if anyone would like more direction on that. So there's buttons for Teams as well. Okay, so that's widgets. So you really should amplify those reviews using the widgets that are built in. Now let's talk more about how do you respond to reviews. It's super easy to respond to reviews. Let's get back into that demo. What you want to do is go into My Account, go into Reviews. Now, this is where you will come to see any pending reviews you have for yourself. So pending means reviews that are awaiting your confirmation, waiting, they're pending as, we're waiting to see, do you flag it or do you confirm it? And then based on that, then sometimes reviews will enter awaiting moderation. This is because, say if your client did not verify their email address, or it's not a full property address, generally it's into a moderation, and then our team will be pushing these live for you. And now we were talking about our live reviews and providing that feedback. The best way to do that is go into live reviews, find a review you want to respond to, and just click the three dots here, just hover over, and then you'll see respond to review. This is where you would basically go to, and now we're using a system called Disquiz, and what you would do is you would just type in your comments. Once you've done that, and you've thanked them, the next step to do would be basically log in via your social IDs, either Facebook, Twitter, or create a Disquiz account, and then you can post it. And once you've done that, I think it'll show that you're automatically logged in the next time, so you won't have to log in again. But yeah, this is how you would respond. We certainly encourage you to respond each and every time you receive a review, as you really don't know who would be looking at your profile, and also trying to gauge if you are responding back. And while I'm here, I might as well actually show you a couple more features with these reviews that you can do to optimize the reviews that are live. One of them is to add neighborhoods. So you can add neighborhoods to your reviews. And to do that, just click on the green button here, add neighborhood. So if I wanted to just kind of add a neighborhood, I would just add that neighborhood and click save. And then it would refresh and that neighborhood would be added. Another great thing that you can do now is add photographs. Highly encourage you to do this, as this will give your potential clients an organic feel of the type of properties that you sell. Even if you have on social media, you're collecting those photographs of the happy buyer or seller and you have permission, this is a great place to add that. So basically you would find that photograph and then you would just confirm that you have permission of the reviewer, and then you can add that photograph. So that's how that looks like. So that's a new feature, and yeah, definitely I think you should make use of that. Okay, so let's get back into our presentation. So we've talked about neighborhoods, we've talked about adding photographs. Let's talk about Realtor.ca. Now, this integration is a one-time integration. You'll never have to do the integration again once you do it, and then it just takes about 5 minutes. So let me walk you through this integration. So first thing first is head over to your dashboard, copy your unique ID number. That unique ID number is located on the left-hand side, on the left top-hand side of your dashboard. Head over to member.realtor.ca and log in with your board credentials. So let's do that together. So I'm gonna log in. Once you're logged in, you will see that there's an area called Profile. You wanna click on Update My Profile. You'll go to the Realtor Ratings and Testimonials area, and this is where you would type in that unique ID from RMA. So for example, in Sally's case, it's located right here. Your unique ID is this number. I would just copy it, and I would head over back in here, and I would paste it, and then I would just click link my REALTOR.ca profile. Within 45 minutes or so, that integration will be done, and then all your reviews onto active listings, onto your profile would display. So this is a good one that you can do today, even if you don't have any reviews yet, as you know, when you do get those reviews, at least this component is all ready for you. Now, a very common question we do get from agents is, how do you get my previous testimonials onto RMA? And what we have done is we have a template ready for you to help you import those reviews onto RMA. Now, within that template, we do ask for the email address of the buyer seller. We do ask for that testimonial that you may have already. And we do reach out to that buyer seller, telling them to confirm with us that they wrote that testimonial, and also to provide the ranking information, as the survey on RMA could be a little bit different than what you may have from the past. So we just want to make sure that we have those metrics and you know, get that uploaded for you. Right now we can accommodate this for the first, for the up to 20 testimonials. So let's show you what this Excel sheet also looks like while we're here. So here's an example. So we have client name, email address, and transaction address, and you would put in the testimonials here. Okay. So some tips and tricks to win with reviews. You know, start off with communicating the significance of reviews by adding them to all communications that are going out. All your marketing collateral, be it from newsletters that go out, email signatures, listing presentations, even, you know, any signage. So I'll show you some examples of how agents are doing that. And then, you know, when you go into your listing appointments, do take your reviews with you. Do leave something there with, you know, read what others are saying about me. When you have time, go to this site and, you know, check out. It's going to help build trust for you. And make sure that you're always requesting feedback. As a new agent to RMA, I know it could be hard to get started with collecting these reviews. And what I've seen that really works well is running contests. So I'll show you some examples around that. But yeah, little contests really do work well with, you know, home show tickets, and then entering people into a draw. And if they can, you know, write a review, then, you know, they qualify for a draw that maybe you have at the end of the month. Make yourself some tangible goals that, you know, in the first month you do want at least like 15 reviews, and then, you know, by the end of the first quarter you would like that, and just move yourself that way. And what you'll see is slowly, you know, it's gonna really become part of your normal sales cycle. Now, you know, reviews do also help you gain a lot of customer insights, and these insights also help you enhance your business, enhance your service offering. because, you know, Rank My Agent reviews are not just simple 5 stars. They're based on metrics such as neighborhood knowledge, property knowledge, negotiation skills, professionalism, just to name a few. And so, you know, you're really going to be able to tell where, you know, you need to hone that business. So definitely, you know, take a look at this. And another great benefit, I think, with this is that you really get to know who your brand ambassadors are. You'll know that who will really vouch for you and who are the people who are really going to, you know, send referrals your way as well. So it's a great way to gauge that. And of course, you know, as we mentioned, respond to all reviews professionally, as everyone is, you know, going to be searching, and, you know, it's always going to be there. And then, you know, amplify your reviews on social media. You can also amplify your reviews on social media such as Facebook, LinkedIn. I want to actually quickly show you where you can gain access to that, as this is a common question that we do get. There are 2 ways to gain access to sharing those reviews. One option is when you click on an actual review, on a live review, you're going to see the share button. So you have these various options in which you know, you can share it, share that review. Even on the consumer facing profile as well, there's some share buttons as well. So that will allow you to share that review. Okay. I want to leave you with some examples now, some real life examples. This is an example from a team based out in Edmonton. They did a Facebook boosted post. They took their reviews and their profile on Rank My Agent, and they basically have this, did you know that you could see verified reviews of real estate agents? And then they, you know, they sponsored it in a certain area. You know, perhaps it targeted the area that they just recently sold in. So there was some awareness of this team there already. And now, you know, they're, you know, geofarming and Facebook advertising on those areas. So that's, you know, a great idea for you. Now, listing presentations, this is a beautiful example by the Dave Alfasi team. This is their actual listing presentation, and they have repurposed the reviews from RMA. And, you know, they're showing those reviews, and then they're saying for more testimonials, visit the site. But yeah, something like this is a great idea to incorporate into your listing presentations. Now, the same team has added a little Rank My Agent logo, and, you know, basically they're showing the ranking that they have. And, you know, of course, video also is so important. So video testimonials. So, you know, I like the fact that they have combined both elements into that, just helping to build trust. Now, this is more social media examples. So this was a review that an agent had received, and basically she took a screen capture, and then she shared it on Instagram. So that's a good idea for you, just to do a screen capture and share. We are working on an integration for you guys. So hopefully over the next couple of months, we can roll that out as well. So that would help you automate that a bit. And here's an example of the social media, the Facebook page, and here's the Twitter one. I love the fact that we are hashtagging the certain, you know, cities and, you know, the real estate terms as well. If you have any suggestions on which ones you would like added for your particular city, send us a note, and yeah, we can get that set up for you. Now, here are my Facebook ads examples. So here's another one. So this one was provided by Giselle Holmes, and basically they took the review that they received, and then they created a home evaluation ad. This is a great one to do for you know, the neighborhood that you recently sold in. Just to get more business into that neighborhood, from that neighborhood. And I love the fact that it's very organic, using a photograph of the buyers, of the sellers here. Some Google ad examples. So this is an example where Thomas from Calgary is promoting his RMA profile. So basically you search for him, and he's optimized his name, and this you know, ad is coming, directing him to directing people to the RMA profile. So that's a good one to just build trust. Now, you know, you can also take your Google knowledge box and take screen captures of your reviews, and then just add them as images as well. So here's an example of that. Now, we talked about contests. Here's a great example. Jeff and Bobby from Ottawa basically had this going on where you get 4 complimentary passes to the Ottawa home show, and all you have to do is write a review, and then you'd be entered into that draw. So, you know, if you're new, or if you want to really, you know, this spring, get that whole energy going again with these reviews, this is a great strategy, running a contest like this, and, you know, putting it on social media. So here are some examples of SEO, another neighborhood in Calgary, best realtors in Tuxedo Park, and you can see how RMA is coming up. Want to talk more about team pages. I did a simple search of this team, Move Team. One thing to note here is here's the knowledge box. Reviews from the web are showing, and as you can see, the Rank My Agent reviews are showing there, so that's awesome. And the other thing to note is as soon as we put in that name, right after their own website, you'll see the RMA, and you'll see all these beautiful stars, the snippets, which are so important. And then, you know, of course, you know, a potential client would be interested in going into that. So yeah, that should be happening for you. If for some reason it's not happening, let us know. And yeah, we'll try to enhance on our end to help you with that. Now, you know, we talked about offline world and online world and how this all ties in together. Here's been a great example from Simon. So as Simon Simon Hunch in Calgary basically has created these riders, and these riders are just under the sales sign. So check us out on Rank My Agent. And yeah, it's, you know, the trust is the biggest thing that you can do in order to win more business. Like, trust is the fundamental. And that's taking what offline is online. And yeah, I want to leave you with 4 steps to winning with reviews in 2019. If you haven't done this yet, complete your RMA profile. Send out those review requests after you firm up each deal. Connect your reviews to Realtor.ca and your websites. If you are from REMAX, we do have a REMAX.ca integration that you can also use. And if you need to get that set up, just send us a note, and it's something that we do on our end via the API. If you're from a different brand and would love to have your reviews on your brand site, notify us, and, you know, we'll see what we can do around that. We're happy to work with any brands, and integrate reviews into your CRM, into your systems, integrate that ask. That's really going to help you win more business in 2019 and beyond. So I'm just actually going to check in if what questions have come in at this point. Okay, so yes, this copy of this presentation will be sent out this week with the recording. So I think that, let me see if anything else. Okay, so we had another question here by Doug, and Doug is asking, how far back can you request reviews? You can request reviews based on when you started your business, when you got into business. Of course, you would have to maintain the relationship with that client. So I would start with looking at your database of your clients, making a star with the people that you feel are strong ambassadors that are really going to vouch for your service, and start from there, and then work your way from that. But yes, you can start from the time you have been in business. Okay, so I had a great question. I had a question about 3 questions that have come in. One is about the cost of RMA. Now, RMA has 2 options. It has a basic plan, which is for free, and then it has a paid plan. The differences between the plans is that if you are like a full-time agent and you're going to be getting more than 3 reviews, the premium plan is something to consider, because the basic plan only allows up to 3 reviews to be visible on the public end, and these are the 3 last reviews. But at the same time, if you are, you know, more like part-time, or this is not, you know, you can still collect reviews using the basic plan. The premium plan allows you geofarming, allows you widgets. I can send you a link actually showing you all the differences. Now, in terms of the REMAX integration, you can send an email out to support@rankmyagent.com and we can get that REMAX integration done for you. It's very immediate once we place the right IDs and all in, so it's something on our end. And yes, brokerages can use RMA, and we do have a lot of offices using RMA across the country. Let me actually show you what that brokerage page looks like. So you can get a sense of what this all looks like. Just give me a second here. So I'm just gonna search for one of the offices and I can, so this is REMAX River City based out of Edmonton. And maybe I should. Let's also take a look at their website. So REMAX River City. So brokerages also have landing pages like this. As you can see that they have many reviews in their office, 1,076 verified reviews. And here you see the images, the agent names, and the number of reviews each agent has. So this is how an office would be using it. They would get their own dashboards in the back end so they can see all their agents, respond to all reviews. We can even automate requests using an integration we have with Broker Wolf if you're a Lone Wolf customer. So that's available. And let me just actually show you how they've been using those widgets as well. So I believe that they have a client testimonials area. So they have the badge that they've used here, and they have a widget compiling all those reviews. Yeah, okay. So let's just see, we had a few more questions come. Okay, so I think I have answered all the questions that have come in. If there's anything that I have missed, please feel free to send us a note. We are so grateful to all of you. I mean, we could not have done a Rank My Agent. We could have not started this product without your support. I remember the days when I started with a really small group of 500 agents, and I'm proud to say that we are over 4,000 now, and we could not do this without you guys, without your feedback and suggestions on enhancements. Thank you so much, full of gratitude. And yeah, I really appreciate your time today. We will be sending you this ebook as well, this week that kind of covers what I have talked about.